So Rashard Mendenhall is a football player for the Pittsburgh Steelers, their star running back. And after the death of Osama bin Laden, he made some fairly controversial tweets reflecting on the celebrations that we saw after the death of Osama bin Laden on American streets. He said this: "What kind of person celebrates death? It's amazing how people can hate a man they have never even heard speak. We've only heard one side." Now, many people in the NFL, since he made these statements, have ostracized him. Many of his fellow players have marginalized him. He's lost many endorsements, and the president of the Pittsburgh Steelers, Art Rooney II, had to make comments saying that he doesn't support what Mendenhall said, he doesn't even understand what Mendenhall said, and that the Pittsburgh Steelers as an organization are very proud of the U.S. military and hopes that the death of Osama bin Laden will mean that they can come home sooner. Now, since this has become very controversial, Mendenhall has made statements of apology for the timing of what he said, not so much for what he actually said. He doesn't apologize for that. And I appreciate what Mendenhall is doing here. He's stepping outside of the box of unanimity. This is reflecting how many in our country are feeling that this death of bin Laden is a good and wonderful thing, and it'll mean that we are much safer here. And what Mendenhall is doing is questioning that. And it's not something that people want to question. And so that's why he's being ostracized. But I think the question is a good one, an important one to ask. And when he says that we've only heard one side, I think what he's trying to get at is that what humans tend to do is separate the world into good and evil. We're on the side of good, which means they are on the side of evil. And the people that we think are evil generally think that they are on the side of good and we are on the side of evil. And so we separate this world into this very Manichaean worldview of good and evil, and we don't leave very much room for gray. And if we were to listen to both sides of the stories, we might see that we all exist in this gray area. But that gray area is very uncomfortable because we want to see that our violence is good. And when people challenge it, it makes us think that maybe our violence isn't good. Maybe our violence only perpetuates more violence. And so that might be why we're caught up in always having to have an evil person to know that we are on the side of good. And when we're stuck in this trap, there's really no way out unless we have people who are willing to question this mentality. And that is what Mendenhall is doing, and I appreciate him for doing it. Of course he's going to be ostracized. That's what happens when anybody steps outside of the box. But I encourage him to keep doing it. So those are my thoughts, and I would like to hear what you think. Thanks.